everybody, Prepper003 here today, and today I actually wanted to go over a gear review of the First Spear Short Incursion chest rig, or SICR for short. Now, First Spear designed this chest rig to be lightweight, functional, and durable in a lot of different types of adverse environments. The chest rig can be used as a standalone chest rig, as you see right here. It would work perfectly fine for that. You can even have some areas here to where you could actually put in additional pouches as well. Or it can be utilized as a more extensive loadout to your standard, like say for example your standard carry gear is kind of like a duty belt, or you're more of a security contractor where all you have is maybe an IFAK, a pistol, a couple pistol magazines on your hip, and that's about it. This is a great addition to that because it can be quickly done and off, and it's still very durable and will be able to handle a lot of stuff but not be militarized look in that type of feature for some of those people that can't walk around wearing a full plate carry and everything else, where you're stuck with pretty much your level 3A and a low profile chest rig. Now, the chest rig was pretty much designed to be utilized by the type of crew that may not run a carbine as their primary weapon system, kind of like your vehicle operators, crew served weapon operators, in that kind of ballpark there. Now the chest rig is made out of 500 Cordura, which is very durable. Over the year that I've had this chest rig, I haven't had any type of fraying in the material, rips, tears, or anything like that. The stitching is still holding up very good all around the actual chest rig itself, so I don't have to report any type of damage to it at all. All the time I've used it out in the field, in rain, in mud, in water, and actually even in snow too, so it's held up very well. Now, it comes straight from First Spear with these 3 sewn-in mag pouches, and there's no type of MOLLE system on the side of them either. It's just how it is. You do have the elastic strap right here that's on each one of them, and this elastic really helps with retention. If you aren't going to run it with the pouch up, you can usually tuck the pouch in there, tuck this little flap down in there, and boom, you can run it with the actual pouches open and still have a lot of retention there, but still be able to very quickly access your magazine pouches, or you can use it with the flap up. It's pretty much up to the user, but I do find that elastic is a very nice touch. And it also comes with the drainage port at the bottom of each one. So just another addition that's very nice, that these pouches are very well built and they're very durable. And I haven't seen any type of ripping in the stitching going all the way down on any part of the actual chest rig. So it's still holding up very good, even though I've done quite a few amounts of drills into actual field time with this chest rig itself. So now on to, as I talked about these panels here on the side, it's 612 laser cutting, which is actually something that First Spear has been using for a lot of their gear. It's very durable. I haven't had any type of rips or anything with putting all the different types of pouches that I've put on it. I've run it with pistol pouches, radio pouches. I even once, just for shits and giggles, I kind of wanted to test the actual material, so I put 2 full canteens on the side and did kind of a small 3-mile hike with this, with the actual magazines in there and everything. Sure, no, nothing. There wasn't any tearing or anything with those 2 fully loaded canteens in there. So they held up very good, rather than the actual MOLLE systems, which I have actually had tearing on MOLLE platforms, even the expensive brands as well. Now, it does come with a small admin pouch here in the back with drainage ports down here at the bottom of the admin pouch. Now, the one thing that I will say about the admin pouch is there's no type of barrier for the admin pouch, so the entire back of the chest rig is the admin pouch. I personally don't like that, just because your stuff kind of moves around very easily, so what you might put for quick access right here can end up all the way over here in the corner, all the way over here. And also, if you have something right here, whenever you quickly go prone right down on these magazines, if you're running the double stack, even the single stack, sometimes that can be a pretty heavy thing right there on the center of your chest. But that's up to you. If you want to utilize that, I just find that's something that I really don't use that much. If I do, it's normally like paper objects, like a topo map or something along those lines. But I also, this opening right here, it's a little bit under 6 inches wide, but there's not a lot that you can really get in there. You can barely just get your hand in there, to tell you the truth. And there's no quick, easy access to it. So if you're wearing gloves or something like that and you want to get to something really quickly out of there, you're really not going to be able to very easily. That's just one downside that I have seen, but I normally don't really store a lot of stuff in these type of admin pouches anyways. Now the harness system that they use is a X strap, pretty much where each one of these runs over your shoulder and it sits as an X behind your back. Now that makes quick and easy for donning and doffing, and it even has your swift clip system, so if you want to come at it from one side and throw it on and snap it shut, you can easily do that. Now I find that the only downside about the X-strap system is that, and I've mentioned in some of my other chest rig videos, is that the X-strap can come and kind of scrape and wear on the back of your neck, but if you're wearing like a scarf or something like that, it doesn't really do that too much. Now the overall weight of the chest rig, empty, is 12.5 ounces. That's nearly 1/3 the actual weight of a lot of the other competitors that I've seen out there in the same type of platform, which is actually very nice. That's what this 612 actual laser cutting really helps with. It cuts down a lot of the extra weight and ounces that you have from your molly straps, especially the thicker molly straps. Now the one thing with this slim design, it helps cut down on the overall silhouette of the user and the excess bulk in the material. So if you wanted to run this, like say for example kind of concealed, where you would want to throw this under a jacket and run just the 3 magazines and pretty much run it like that with maybe a low profile plate carrier under that, it would be very easily to do, and you wouldn't have almost any of an actual silhouette of running a full-size chest rig like you do see with a lot of other ones on the market. So it's very good use for that as well. Now I'm going to say that there's one huge downside that I've personally found, but I'm going to tell you how to fix that right off the bat. Is originally the waist strap that came with this was the G-clip system. Now this is a full metal G-clip system here. It's completely metal, and I think it's aluminum, might be steel, but I haven't had any type of damage to this, but I kind of changed it out pretty quickly, because originally this would be, instead of having a strap system, this would be pretty much right here, and you had to slide that through this small little catch right here. Just like that is how it originally came. Now the problem that I had with this is whenever I would try to quickly throw on this chest rig in stress test, pretty much where you do some push-ups, do some sit-ups, do a couple jumping jacks, and try to throw on all your gear, I had issues while throwing on my gear trying to get it into this small little hole. I ended up having to reach over with both my hands and slowly slide it in there, which is something that in a very quick scenario you might not have the chance to do. So I actually got this idea whenever I was working on my ruck, fixing one of its strap retainers. I took one of the repair buckles and did that with it. So now that it's just like the buckle up here that quickly straps in, I have it down here. I don't know why they didn't do that right off the bat, but I think they really like their G-clip system. I don't see anything wrong with the actual idea of the design. I just find that with actual implementation, actually using it, it just gets kind of cumbersome and wastes time, and when seconds matter, you don't really have a lot of time for that. So I just updated it. This is something that I did myself. Very easy to do if you want to do it yourself, but that's just something that I did there. Now the straps for the, going back quickly to the straps themselves, you have these 3 elastic bands. Now if you did want to run, like I mentioned, a radio pouch on either side, you can run your push talk up here, you can run the cord down here, or if you're running a camelback, you can run the camelback cord here just as kind of a retainer to keep it from flopping all the way to the side or all the way in front of you. But and that's on both sides, so if you want to run radio on one side, camelback retainer on the other side, very good for that as well. So now I'm going to actually kind of go out and get you onto the demonstration of using the chest rig. So, and as I'm going to quickly just mention, before we go to that, is that and I'm going to kind of give you a demonstration of that too, is due to the slim design, it's actually very nice to use this inside of a vehicle, even though you're primarily going to want to run an actual plate carrier just for the extra ballistic protection inside of a vehicle, especially civilian vehicles, which has pretty much crap for any type of ballistic protection. But this is very good, and I'll demonstrate that in a little bit. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier about the whole short incursion chest rig being a very good chest rig for inside of the vehicles, here is my example really of what I was going to tell you. As you can see, just normally sitting right here inside of my Trailblazer, there's a lot of space in between the chest rig and the steering wheel, allowing me to have a full range of motion even if I need to quickly get over to my AR pistol. And it also allows me to easily manipulate everything inside of my chest rig right from here as well, if I needed to. Which is a very nice thing with this thing being so tight spaced and being so thin here on the sides. Now, of course, if you do fill it up with pouches over here on the side, that could add a little bit of bulk to it, but you still have a nice good full range of motion if you need to get all the way over to the other side of the seat, if you need to quickly exfil out of the vehicle. You're still getting that full range of motion, and you're also cutting down on a lot of the excess size you would normally get if you have body armor and everything else. Now, of course, if you probably are in a civilian vehicle like this, you're probably going to want a lot of body armor because these things don't have shit for any type of defense against any type of ballistic rounds, but that's a whole nother video in itself. So I just wanted to kind of show you a little bit on how much space this actually gives you inside a vehicle with wearing it. Now, of course, like I said, this is pretty much a defensive chest rig, not an offensive chest rig. You're only pretty much limited to the 6 magazines that you get in here. Now, of course, you can download it as well if you wanted 2 to 3 magazines, and then you'll be even thinner profile inside of your vehicle. Now, it all depends on where you have your seat put and how tight you are up onto your steering wheel and everything, but you still have a pretty good distance and it's actually pretty comfy with all the actual size difference compared to some of the other chest rigs I've worn and some of the other ones I have, where all your bulk is right up front. You have a real nice section here on the side. So that's just my opinion. I just wanted to kind of give you a little bit of a show out of my vehicle on just how open you are with the short incursion chest rig inside of a vehicle with it and everything else. All right. Hello everybody, we're out at the range today, actually a little bit even in the evening, which I might explain for a little bit horrible the lighting if that's an excuse. Only time I can really get out to show you guys a good live example of the First Spear short incursion chest rig. So right now what I'm going to do is just go over a speed reload from the middle and then the left side, or technically what I'm going to do is left side all the way over to the middle, and then do a tack reload all the way from the far right side. Then I'm going to kind of do a quick react to contact, pretty much get down, shoot, empty a mag, and then kind of do a speed reload while on the ground in a prone position. So I'm going to start off right now, just kind of shooting at a 5-yard target right down range, just right here with my SCAR. We're going to, like I said, start off with the speed reload, then do another speed reload going for the middle, and then going for a tack reload all the way over here. All right, this range is hot. Contact! 12 o'clock!
Clear!